Hey guys, Noah here. Today I am playing a game called The Monster Inside. I don't know too much about it except for it has a nice black and white art style, like noir style. It's an audio-visual novella developed by Random Seed Games. It's a relatively short game, it's like 20 minutes, but it's free on Steam. And it's like a detective type game. So, let's get into it. And I'm a little late to this. I know. The Monster Inside. Menu. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I'd had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself into the office. Or to the office. The office. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vinetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month, weeks since I'd had any real case to work on. So I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bed sheet. So here. Next. And the bottom's a little cut off, by the way, because OBS. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. The girl came in so quiet I nearly choked on my cigarette. Mister, please, you gotta help me, mister. Oh, I have choices. Calm down, sit and talk slowly. Yeah, what can I help you with? You ever heard of knocking first? Okay, I'm gonna go with the top option. Okay, thanks. No one will listen to me. Just tell me your tale. I'm listening. She eyed me with a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a hand full of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress. I can read. The man all over the newspapers. The infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering... I didn't know there were swear words in this game. But this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. For some reason I see a lot of, fake bankers being, drunks. It's kind of weird. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Huh? You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife. But he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Case looks pretty simple to me. Well, Mr. Jack. You can just call me Jack. Jack, whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He could have never left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me and they want to bring him in on charges. You gotta prove it. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. I'm not very good at voices, by the way. Usually, if I was good at voices, I would have done like a New Yorker kind of accent to the investigator or Jack, but I'm not good with accents when it comes to reading. So I'm sorry about that. Honestly, I doubt that they're in much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets. Probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. I just noticed there's like the, you know those like white lines that appear in those really old films because they're decaying and old? I just noticed there's like some of that in this. That's kind of cool. You've got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you, but please be careful. I don't think this was just any murder or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. Huh? Beast. The word struck me funny, like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Ow. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, alright. Oh, yeah. Oh, they were real enough, alright. I can read. I said that twice. What is wrong with my life? They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. Bleh. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop myself. So, he's a private investigator. Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. I'm not gonna say that twice. Leave the detective work for me. Let's not jump to conclusions here. Top or bottom? I'm gonna go with the top. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. Sure, can you see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I don't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Next chapter. That's chapter 1 already? Holy crud. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding the things others overlook. Oh, look at the fireflies. Or not fireflies. The moths, I assume, on the light. That's a cool effect. And all the polygonal effects, that's cool. There's a scratch on the tree. There's a police chalk. A knack, more of a symptom of condition, other. Less useful symptoms I kept in check. But for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. Are you a dog? It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Depression. Oh, seduction. Huh. A strangely familiar smell. I expected the scent of trepidation, or maybe even outright fear, but Miss Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. Cheating brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. Okay, there's a thing there. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. but the cops didn't wear $2,000 pairs of Carquinos. Yeah, they wear like dress shoes. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. Investigate the scene. Scratch or blood or whatever that is. Oh, a burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. It was the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. Next chapter. These are quick chapters. I thought this game would be a little bit longer. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask. "So, what'd you find?" And she said in a male voice like I just did. Yeah. Well, I got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. I don't know. Not sure about beasts, but something unnatural was at play. Might be right to worry about monsters. Found a spells mark. Not sure about beasts, but something unnatural was at play. Something might be right to worry about monsters. Found a spells mark. I'm gonna go with the middle one. Unnatural? What do you mean? A spells mark, rarely seen these days, but unmistakable. Or, I can't give you details, but I'm looking into it. I'm gonna do this one. What does that mean? What about a Reggie? Do you know where he... Oh, what about Reggie? Do you know where he might be? Found his footprints. Seems like he got out safely. There were signs he was at the scene and slipped away. I think she was worried about his safety, so I'm gonna go with this one. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. But you don't know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related? What news is that? Haven't you heard? Yeah, but maybe you should tell me what you know. Nope. Rough night followed by a rough morning. They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. I'm already noticing a connection. It's wives of powerful people. And when I mean powerful people, not like super powerful, but like the police chief and a bank manager. So, or a president or whatever. Let me guess, Chief Amato was missing too. My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspiciousness, but it faded quickly. Amato was a crap cop and a crap chief. Yeah, I figured. So, not very good people. They were powerful. They're missing. Their wives are dead. She was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead, and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. I'm gonna put my headphones on fully. Don't know why I had them halfway on. That night, after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Miss Amato's untimely demise. Next chapter. This game's kind of short. Like, jeez. The cold air smelled strongly of salt, oil, and... Could it be? Well, of course it's going to smell like salt. It's probably the docks. That smell again, like someone had bottled up pure aerosol and used it as perfume. She was wearing perfume? It hit me like a long-forgotten memory, but the sensual fume soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hand, shaking. The nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed. I had to focus. No jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. Investigate the scene. There's a chain there. There's a thing over there. And that's only two things. So, let's go with the chain first. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Some crappy brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. What? Oh, it's a cigarette box. Okay. Oh, here. Shadow. I don't know. There, just there. The smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splinter of a board. I can't see. Oh, no. Yeah, I can't see it. Next. The police report didn't say anything about Miss Amato wearing purple. Excuse me. And it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around the flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling up to the top of my brain. Next chapter. There's only like 7 chapters in this. Jeez. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. I just noticed. The monster inside is the investigator the killer? Dun, dun, dun. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, it nearly fell over. Oh, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the newspaper, I could already read the headline. Breaking. Mayor missing. Wife found dead. 2 cases is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. Yeah. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days' worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I have to go. I'd just been busy. I'm off to Miss Benetti's crime scene. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay. But it would be a lie. Next chapter. It's so short. Oh, I've seen this. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Vanetti and his wife lived. But, and what I mean I've seen it, I mean I've seen a picture of it on Steam. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Investigate the scene. There's a car with the door open. Vanetti's car. If he's still alive, why would he have left in his car? Oh, why wouldn't he? Jeez. It wouldn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. Trash. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Were you a dumpster diver back in the day? Lightweight bags usually means someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Shell companies. Shady stock trades. Bribes. I knew Mayor Vanetti was crooked, but this was unthinkable. Oh, it's Mayor Vanetti. Jeez. Not the bank president. Why did I assume the bank president? And there was more. Letters between Mayor Vanetti and Chief Amato talking about me. How they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. No, because they're both missing. As I searched around for anything that might assuage my fears, I caught the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses with I can't read. Undulating pressure. If you can, please correct me. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak-willed. A weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible, was it? Yeah, he's gotta be the killer. I'm just assuming that. I'm just assuming Jack is the killer because he skipped a whole day without remembering it. He's taking pills. I think he's the killer. I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. A Rolex. My watch. Yeah, he's the killer. He's gotta be the killer. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. You used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Next chapter. He's the killer! I didn't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would just probably show up any minute to knock on the door. Or knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. But Lily was still there waiting for me. Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost, come back to haunt me from the past. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good look at her as I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came into my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Odd, I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. Wait, could Lily be the killer? Was she involved or something? Because remember, there was the purple fabric at the docks. It was you. You are the monster. Succubus? Oh, Jack, you are the one and the same. You and I, we're both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures as you have, Incubus. What? Those men were probably dead too now, I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. What the fudge? Oh my gosh. They're both monsters? What? What the frick? Okay. So you've done all of this just to wake me up? Wake me up! Wake me up! I'm sorry. You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have no doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down, you probably are. What the heck? You can't escape it. Now, I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch, messed with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone, and now they are gone. What the heck? I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. Why did Lily have to kill their wives, though? They did nothing wrong. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak, compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Oh, please. Such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to the pleasures of the flesh. Okay? But I do still need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and plant it among the fertile masses for me. Are they trying to reproduce? Oh my gosh. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. That maniacal and laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking in my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. Is that clothes coming on? I'm starting to regret kind of playing this game. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trapped. Oh, it was because he removed the sheet. they can't see their own reflection? And that's why we never get to see what Jack's or Lily's faces look like. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer and aimed it at the mirror. Okay. And fired. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's so short. But it's so cool. Okay. My monitor's a little too small for the game. But, that was cool. I really like the art style and the sounds. That was cool. I just wish it would be a little bit longer. But that was cool. I want to see more. Man. What a weird game. Or, it's more of an interactive story. But, holy crud. That was just awesome. I had no idea it would be like an actual monster. And I was suddenly thinking, like, remember I was saying Jack's the killer? It's actually Lily that was the killer. Whoa. That is strange though. So, did she, like, she wanted to start a family, but specifically with Jack. Man, that's strange. And then she got sucked into a mirror by looking at it. It kind of reminds me of a movie. I'm not gonna say it, but wow, that's kind of like a Medusa effect. I want to know more though. What happens after he covered his eyes and took a revolver and shot the mirror? What? Okay. Anyways, I'm just gonna end the video here. So, anyways, if you enjoyed this, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Why did I do this already? Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.